I will let the folks from Here Now introduce themselves, but we just wanted to host this because so while we have no formal relationship with this Here Now app, we just really want our partners to know about great free opportunities to help our veterans. And it seems like our CVSOs and TVSOs were the best audience to introduce this. So Here Now team, take it away.
Great. Thank you so much, Colleen, and thank you everyone for joining this call this morning with probably little understanding of who we are and what we do. So we greatly appreciate that. I'll just start with a very brief overview of the company. I'll introduce some of my team that's on the call here, and then we'll just go through a brief demonstration of the app so you guys can get a feel for what it looks like and what we're trying to do. So, and then we'll leave obviously some time for questions. So. Again, thank you guys. My name is Shannon Green. I am the VP of Customer Support for HereNOW Help. We are a mental health and wellness application, and we have the last couple of years really taken a focus on veterans. We are funded privately and government funded. And this is a totally free resource for veterans in the state of Wisconsin. We have 7 pilot states, Wisconsin being one of them. So we're really hoping that you take advantage of this and you see it as a really beneficial tool for the veterans in Wisconsin. And we, cannot be more excited about offering this. You'll see as we go through the app, we focus on self-care, peer care, and clinical care. So really your veterans can use it as much or as little as they want. And just a reminder that it's totally free. So I'm located in Waupaca, Wisconsin. Part of the reason we want to deploy in Wisconsin obviously is because I'm here and this is a state that's near and dear to me, living in Waupaca, right next to King, the veterans home. I've gotten to meet a ton of veterans, this being a veteran heavy community. So I'll go ahead and I'll let Maggie introduce herself now, and then Judd.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maggie Oyola. I'm one of the customer success managers here at HereNOW Help, based out of Tampa, Florida, and Army veteran. So nice to meet you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Judd Brew. I am a licensed clinician and also a customer success manager with Maggie, and I am newly based out of Denver. And nice to meet you all as well.
All right, thank you guys. I love my team. So and that's the other thing about all of this. We are all here for you as we work together to grow and build the app. We are the team behind it. So you have faces and people that are actually working with you guys to make it what you want to be. So what I'll do here, I'm just going to start by showing you a kind of a one-pager overview of who we are. I'll see if anyone has questions after that, but otherwise then we'll just roll into kind of a live demo of what the app actually looks like. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Right. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Let's get this out of the way. All right. So as mentioned before, we are a mental health and wellness app, and we focus on those 3 areas of care I mentioned. So the self-care piece, which is really, you'll see once we get into the app, you'll see this has to do with daily check-in. So you can read a daily meditation, you can journal, you can do a mood check-in that just asks how you're feeling today. There's self-assessments in the app, so just to see how you're feeling, the things like the GAD-7, PHQ-9, you can gauge where you're at, which I'll show you. There's ways to track your progress in the app. So, with what I mentioned before, the mood tracker, if you're journaling, how you're feeling, the videos you're watching. If you're setting goals, you can set goals in the app for yourself. So it tracks all of that. There's a calendar for events. If communities or WDVA wants to post events, they can. We can push surveys. We can track fitness. So that's the self-care piece, really the piece where I can use it. I can click around. I can do things to make myself feel good, watch videos. And then there's the peer care piece, which is really the message board. So similar to Facebook, where we can have different categories and communities in our message boards. We have group chat rooms. We can go ahead and we've got our high risk areas where basically if a veteran is walking into an area that maybe, they want to alert a family member to, they can do that. There's tons of support resources in the app, which you will see once you get into it. If people are going to events, you can basically say, "Hey, I'm going here. Are you going?" So that's the peer care piece, right? That's the piece of the app we have actually seen the most success in. Seems to be the most used at this point. Maggie, I'm not a veteran, but when Maggie came on board, she, being an Army vet, let us know what battle buddies are and that you're checking in, and that's more meaningful than a lot of anything else, really. And then we've got the clinical care piece of the app, which we are partnered with an organization that provides anonymous 24/7, 365 on-demand counseling with licensed therapists. So you can call this hotline any time of day. Someone should pick up within 3 minutes max of that call, and be able to talk through, whatever you're going through. That line is more of not when you're in crisis. So we've got like 988 in there. We've got your crisis lines in there, but this is more of therapy and counseling, a free therapy and counseling line. So with that being said, this is really what the app focuses on. Again, it's totally free, and we will work with you as long as people are on board and feel good about it with distribution in the state. But before I get into actually showing you what the app looks like, is there anything anyone wants to ask or bring up? Okay, well, I'll keep going, so we can leave them for the end then. So let me just get out of here. And then now I'm going to take you through, I'm just going to take you guys through what the login process looks like, because I know a lot of you want it to be simple, seamless. How do we verify the actual veterans? So let me go ahead and pull that up for everyone, and I will share my screen again. All right, can everyone see my screen again here?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what we do, I actually sent a one-pager to Colleen and had her download the app so she could see what it looked like yesterday. But it's with a QR code. We could put we give you the marketing material. So it's a one-pager with a QR code and instructions on how to download. We have some states who send out, we have email templates that can go out. We have short videos that can help with the distribution piece, but just want to show you, this is the demo version of the Wisconsin app. It'll be ready to go live probably in the next week or two, as long as we get everything customized the way we want it to be. So I'll just go ahead and take you through. So once you download the app, you would click sign up, and then you'd put in your phone number. And then Wisconsin has a unique state access code. So this would be on all the marketing material. And then you would make sure you're in the right place. And then this is the piece here where veterans can verify with ID.me. We are partnered with them. So it would take them into ID.me. Sorry, Maggie always tells me, don't say ID.me. ID.me takes you into ID.me. And you go through, you would sign up or log in your ID.me account. If you do not have an ID.me account and you want to create one as a veteran, you can at that time, and it takes you in. Otherwise, we can provide one-time use military verification codes to you. So let's say you distribute the app in each VSO or WDVA. We basically say if you can't get it in the app or you need a one-time code, contact whoever that contact person would be, and we can provide you with, it's really just Excel sheets of one-time use codes to distribute at that time. We also, if you prefer at least to start, that we be the ones contacted for distribution of the code, we can do that. But this is how the login process looks. Most of the states are using ID Me, and the codes are kind of a afterthought or an if needed thing. So I'll go ahead and press. And then here we have the app is actually uses AI. So you pick your areas of need. So that was, we've got a whole library of content to help with anxiety, anger, depression, PTSD, fitness, sleep, meditations. So based on what was chose there, if I can, I'll just try to go back here. There you go. Based on what is chosen here, the app is actually smart enough to suggest content each day on your home screen for you to click into. So that's really what this is for here. So I'll just keep moving along. And then this is the sign up process. So we ask for a username. As mentioned, this is completely anonymous. I know that's something for military, it's a big deal. So people create their username. The only thing that displays in the app is username. No first and last name is displayed. And then at this point, if people really want to, they could use a fake, email and name if they really wanted to, because they're already verified as a real veteran via ID Me. So I'd go in, I would sign up. You can see here, it was asking for my, here it's asking for my branch, my status, obviously all veterans here. It's asking for my city of residence. What you'll see when you get into the app is the app can actually group people into Air Force veteran by their city or community, so that there's groups with just that population talking to each other for the peer support piece. So I'll keep going here. And it should just be putting the password through. And then here, if you were to want to put a picture in, you could. Otherwise, you don't have to. And then this is just what time you want to receive your daily meditation. So you can set in the app, you would get an alert, a push notification each day that says your daily meditation is ready. You'll see it's a very quick, few second read through, and it'll ask you for your mood check-in and journal. But this allows you to set the time that you receive that notification each day if you want to receive a notification. And then you're in the app. So that was just the login process. And now I'm just going to quickly switch gears, and I'm going to actually go through a live demo on my actual phone, which will take, not more than 5-10 minutes here max. So I'm just going to join to share my screen on my phone now here. So if you see a phone number or an extra person come through, I might need to be admitted here. So. All right, we'll go in here. All right, can everyone still see my screen here? Now I'm sharing my phone.
Yes.
Okay, great. So as mentioned before, this is the home screen of the app. And the first thing, I'll just take you through top to bottom here. So the first thing you'll see here is this daily check-in. As mentioned, there'll just be a alert that says, hey, your daily reading's available. They would just click on it. As we mentioned, these are very short, just daily meditations. They are shaped around resiliency, positivity, very mostly military specific, but just good positive mental wellness readings across the board. So then I can continue on. Each day it'll just ask me this: how are you feeling today? And it's a sliding scale, however you want to put there. And then if you want to journal, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So I'll just put finished here. And then again, this is part of that self-care, feel good. You did your reading, your journal, you got 20 points, and I can just hit done here. What's nice about the journal is if I've got the app for a year and I want to go back and see how I was feeling, 6 months ago or whatever, I always have access to go back and look at all of my journaling or how I was feeling at that point in time. So now I'll just go down to the group chats here. Again, this is just a demo app right now with some just mocked up stuff in it. But you can see when I signed up, so everybody is a part of the everyone group, right? So no matter what you are, branch you are, male, female, whatever, everyone is in there. So then, people can talk here. It's just like a chat room back and forth. Then because I said I live in Wapaka, it grouped me into Wapaka County. So if I see that there's I want to chat with local people in my community, I could chat here. And then you get the point, Air Force. So if you want to just talk Air Force, this would be everybody. And then just veterans. And the reason we have those broken out, obviously everyone right now on the app is a veteran. So Air Force veteran, those are kind of redundant, but in the future, the goal is to, can you guys not see my screen anymore?
I'm still able to see your, we're in the veteran group, so I still see that.
Yes.
Okay, I just saw, sorry, I just saw some, maybe a Kathy mentioned she couldn't see my screen, so I apologize. Okay. This is being recorded too, Kathy. So if after the fact, everyone should be able to watch this as many times as you want. So, yeah, so those are the chat rooms. And the goal eventually with this app is to make it available to everybody. So whether you're active, veteran, National Guard, whatever, that's the goal eventually with the funding. But right now it's just for veterans. And something I just want to mention that in the group chats or in the journal or message boards, wherever you can actually write something, I don't have it turned on for this demo yet because we customize the language for each state. But if someone is using language that includes, self-harm, hurting someone else, sexual violence, whatever it might be, there is a big pop-up that flashes up that basically says it sounds like you might need help now. And then if I go here, it says it sounds like you might need help now, and it'll say click here. And then there's this get help now page. This page is totally customizable. So right now we just have the national hotlines, and then what we offer, if there's anything specific to the state of hotline specific to the state of Wisconsin we want to add here, we can. Text numbers, we can add that here as well. And this page just dials out. So you can see then it works as an actual phone. So I can just click on here and it would dial me out at any point here to any of these numbers. And obviously, with veterans too in rural areas, this is a major resource for those veterans as well. So I'll just go back to the home screen here. We'll keep going down the line. Today's recommendations, as I talked about earlier, that's just has to do with your areas of need at sign up. You can change those at any time if your areas of need focus. Very easy to do here in your settings. I could update my needs and I could change them to something else at any point if I wanted to. And then here, those are just pulled from our library. We've got a big library I'll show you, and they will change every day. These goals, these are just goals you can set for yourself if you want to in the app. And if I complete them, I can check them off here. And this is part of, again, that self-care and tracking your mood. You'll see there's basically progress reports on yourself if you want to utilize that. And then there are events here. So people can put their own events in here. Or something we can work with the communities or WDVA on is populating. If you guys have events calendars in the state, we could populate events here. So I just pulled something I know is in the future and not obviously happening today, but you can put the information links in here. Or if there's ever virtual meetings where you want to put a Teams link in here and populate it, you could do that as well. And it would just open that, in an external browser. So just moving on from that, just to keep things rolling, you see these message boards here. So we've got a few different message board categories. These work the same way the groups did, where pending what I put in at sign up, it populates me into groups. So everyone is everyone, obviously Air Force, and then everyone would have WDVA updates. Again, we can create different categories, but this is just what's pre-populated and meant to keep it very simple. And you can see these look more like a Facebook style forum. So here, people can obviously comment, react here. So that's what the message boards are for the peer support piece. This is just another spot. We've got helplines in multiple spots, obviously easy access to these helplines. And then outside of the helplines, the other resources we have are here. I just clicked on my journey resources. So we've got the hotlines we had before, but then our team for each state works to put together a community resource guidebook here. So I'll just show it to you guys. This can be changed at any time. So all the resources and everything you're seeing here is totally customizable. So we can take things away, we can add to it, we can do it at any time. It doesn't have to be before launch. If there's things we need to change, in 5 months, we can do it then. And we can do it quickly. So you can see this resources, and then all of these resources open up just obviously now you're in an external browser. So you're just able to access those resources that way. And you can easily get back into the app. So we have those which are specific to Wisconsin, and then we have more national resources here that we've got pre-populated. So that's free resources, and then we keep going here. I talked about my library. So this is all the library content that we actually have populated in the app. Lots of videos, meditations, all categorized into different areas here. So I can go through at any point and choose any category, and you can watch these as many times as you want. People can look at these as many times as they want, and we can add videos to it at any time. And then this My Progress I talked about. This is just, as you're using the app, you can kind of see how you're feeling, how things are going. Again, that self-care piece. The goal, another place to add goals or edit your goals. And then these self-assessments, so they're obviously very short assessments. We can remove these from the app if there's any of these can be removed from the app at any time. Or we could keep a couple of them or add different ones. But these are just short, obviously little surveys that people can go through if they feel like they're having anxiety and they want to gauge, how they're feeling. And then I could just do this, and then I would finish that. And it says, mild anxiety. And then it always gives me that Get Help Now button that takes me to resources. So that's high level brief overview of the app. Again, totally free to the veterans in Wisconsin. And just wanted to show this to you, get your feelings, questions, and see if this is something that you think would be beneficial and would be interested in distributing in your communities.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand, put it in the chat, or unmute, and we can call upon you. But if you raise your hand, it would make it a lot easier if you have any questions. So Charles Weaver.
Shannon, he put the question in the chat. If someone was in 2 branches of service, can they join both of those groups?
So as of right now, it has you just choose one. That's actually not a question we've been asked yet, surprisingly. So as of right now, no, you can just choose one at login. It's something we could certainly look into. We're working, that's the beauty of what we're doing. We're trying to really shape this app to be whatever the veterans and the military community need. So if that's important to do, that's customization we could add. But as of right now, no, you can't at login, you can't pick one, but you would be in the group in the veteran groups and in the everyone groups, you'd be able to talk to all branches of military.
Excellent, thank you. Amanda. You had a question for us? How can we help you? All right, looks like a little technical difficulty. Amanda.
Yeah, if people want to type stuff in, if we're having maybe because of
It looks like there's a maybe whoever organized the meeting seems to be a lock on their mic.
Oh, there is not, but I can go ahead and change that setting right now.
Kevin, yeah, I saw your message. Yeah, we'll definitely look into that, being able to choose, yeah, being part of multiple branches if you want to do that. So that shouldn't be too difficult to do. And thank you for your service. All of you, yes. All right, down the road, could this be available for surviving spouses of trauma, such as veteran suicide? Yes, that's also part of the goal, is providing this for families as well. That's really the funding right now is for veterans, but the goal again is it's active military, national, and families. Yes, 1,000%. I know I missed you saying about how may we access one-time codes. I know many of our elderly vets can't access ID.me, even one of our CVSOs. We will provide them to you. So we'll basically provide a list of hundreds of one-time use codes. We can break them up and distribute to each of the VSOs if that makes more sense, or we can provide a large list to WDVA to distribute, whatever makes sense for you guys.
All right. Do we have any more questions? Can we create a group specific to our county to link messages to the VSOs?
We could. Yeah, we absolutely could. Via our provider app, we should be able to do that. So that wouldn't be in the admin dashboard unless, so there's a piece of this that we haven't discussed because we're still just getting the customization piece where WDVA can have access to post, updates and events. But we should be able to, if WDVA wants to allow, VSOs to post in their specific communities, we could set that up, controlled groups like that up.
Excellent.
I think we're just, Charles, when will we know when this goes live? I think you said this earlier. Yes. I think what we need to do is chat maybe a little more with the folks at WDVA, just button up some of the customization, make sure they feel good about things. But the actual app, what you saw today, is mostly ready to go outside of a few updates we need to make and some of these questions you had about getting the VSO set up to be specific and communicate with that community. But I mean, we can be ready to rock and roll in the next 2 weeks, I'd say, as long as everyone at WDVA feels good about the product. And the VS obviously want all of the VSOs to feel good about it too. But yeah, we should be able to get things buttoned up fairly quickly here.
Excellent. It looks like we have one more person typing. Okay. We're ready to start referring, is what Amanda
Great.
said.
No, wonderful. Yeah, we're just excited. We know their veterans are underserved. A lot of veterans don't know about their resources, and we're just trying to make it easy to get help and to have a support community. Yep, and we on our end, just I know this question has come up in the past, is how long can we guarantee this would be offered? Minimum of 3 years. So that's the minimum right now. If for some crazy reason we didn't get any more funding, but we firmly believe and hope that this is a resource that we can offer forever. A free resource.
Yeah. Okay.
For free. Yes. free.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to turn off the recording right now just so everyone is aware. And then